If you've ever put a screen on for your child just to have 5 minutes to make dinner, get dressed or clean the house, and then you've wondered, have I just delayed their speech? You're not alone. This is a very talked about and anxiety-inducing parenting topic at the moment. I want to look at what the research says. Now, this isn't the study that's talking about how children under 2 should have no screen time. That's a whole nother study in a whole nother video. Today, I want to look primarily at language and speech delays linked to screen time. It's an important study published in the JAMA Pediatrics that followed around 220 families, children from around 12 to 36 months of age, so 1 to 3 years old. This study, it didn't just rely on parental questionnaires, which is really important because parents are often inclined to give a biased recording of results, so this is quite important. Researchers instead used recording devices in people's homes to record and listen to what was said, how much people speak to their children, how much screen time they had, how many words were said by the adults, how many back and forth interactions that were picked up and experienced by the child. And what they found was actually incredibly consistent. More screen time was associated with fewer adult words heard, fewer child vocalizations, and fewer conversational turns between adult and child. So in other words, there was less back and forth conversation and interaction. What we do know is that this is really important for language development. Now, what is this study actually saying? It's not saying that screen time directly damages language development, but it is interfering with it. So what is this saying? Well, it's not saying that putting the TV on or even the radio is going to impair and stop and delay children's speech. What it is saying is that there's a pattern of displacement. So it's what is instead of. So if you're putting the TV on, you are not speaking all of a sudden. And I noticed that because now that my son's 2, sometimes we watch a little bit of Thomas the Tank Engine and no one speaks all of a sudden. And trust me, my son and I were very, very chatty. All of a sudden, for 7 minutes, we barely speak to each other. It's displacing. Toddlers don't learn language just through hearing words in the background. So the idea that like, oh, I'm going to put things on and then they're exposed to language all the time, that's not how they learn. They learn through interaction, back and forth communication. It's called serve and return communication. So when you have a baby, for instance, if they're babbling and saying ma, 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 you would say ma, ma, ma. They serve mama and you would say it back or say something else back like mummy. They speak, you speak. This is the foundation of speech. So if screen time increases, then interaction decreases. The real key takeaway of this research isn't that screens cause speech delay, it's that less interaction means fewer opportunities for language development. I think that's a really important distinction. So we can move away from feeling guilty that we've put a bit of Thomas on to thinking, okay, I've had about 10 minutes where there's been no speech, how can I make up for it? Let's read a book after and we can talk about the book. Or even, what did you see in Thomas? What happened? Can you tell me the story? So it's not how can I get rid of screens altogether, especially if you've got a child 2 years old and over. For most families, that isn't realistic. The more helpful question is my child getting enough real interaction alongside it? Let's speak about it. Let's engage with it. Let's read some more books as well. I mean, I've actually got some Thomas the Tank Engine books, which I'm going to try and wean him onto instead of watching TV. I'll let you guys know how that goes. The key takeaway is not the screens themselves, it's about how much interaction surrounds them. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give me a like, subscribe. I'm making some like 3-minute mum, dad science videos, summing up just one study at a time and giving you a practical takeaway or a little bit of reassurance that hopefully we can become better parents together. If you like that idea, please do hit subscribe. I'd love to have you around and I'll see you for another video. Bye bye.